Hello, greetings, Barbary Ringrose. I'm the founder of Wow Women Optimizing Women, and you have come to the wowwomenus.com YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Where we're going to be interviewing with Tracey Young of the Elderberry Cabin today. She's decided to come on to talk all about things elderberry, those tiny little berries, and you may not even know anything about them. You will after you meet Tracey Young. Thank you for joining us here at Wow. How are you today, Tracey?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
This is so wonderful. Ever since I met you, which is several years ago, I've always thought that you're such a dynamic and hardworking person. You're a mother of a young man, and you were just doing so wonderful in the community. I see you at different events out there. Talk to us about and introduce to us about the elderberry and what that berry looks like and what it's all about.
Yeah. So my name is Tracey Young. I'm the owner, the founder of the Elderberry Cabin here in Keymar, Maryland. And elderberries are amazing. They are a extremely tiny, tiny dark berry that has been around since medieval times. And they've been used for medicinal purposes and culinary purposes. And they taste amazing.
That is so cool. And you make what? Some sort of extract? What do you get from the elderberry and what is that
Yeah,
process?
so my business is the first and the only business in Carroll County, Maryland that has been approved to manufacture and distribute elderberry syrup. And that's the product that I started my company with in 2019. And it's a liquid that can be used for the medicinal purposes, which it's got a lot of antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. It's amazing at supporting your immune system. So I have a lot of people that take it to help them hopefully not get sick, or if they do get sick, to help them to get over that illness faster. On the flip side, the fun side, I've got local bars that are using it to make mixed drinks, and they're using it in their culinary experiences, in their different dishes. So it's really fun and it's really good for you as well.
That's so exciting. And one of the things that when I meet ladies, there's always the background, there's always the stuff, and it's always, how did you get here from there? So you mentioned when you started the business, but what was it, Tracey, that drove you to then find your love, your passion here with the Elderberry Cabin?
Yeah, so in 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I went through chemo, I've been through radiation, I've done multiple surgeries. We're 7 years out now, and I'm still feeling amazing, cancer free, which is awesome. When you go through one of those life changing experiences, it kind of makes you pause for a second and really take a look at what is actually important to you in your life. So, one of the things that, I really learned going through that cancer process was how important your immune system is. Unfortunately, I had an aggressive cancer where I chose to go through the traditional medicine side of things. And chemo is not great for your immune system. So, but you know what? It saved my life. And I have a great balance between holistic and modern medicine. And we all have to find those things for ourselves. So, elderberry is actually something that I've had in my life for decades at this point. And just thinking about what was really important to me, kind of looking at things and understanding my ingredients, where did they come from, and just decided to start making more things for me and my family, for myself. So an elderberry syrup was one of those things. And my mom and I actually developed the recipe that I still now use today. And I was just really excited about this amazing product that I made, and I wanted to share it with the community. So, one of the other things that I really experienced when I was going through my cancer treatments in Carroll County was how supportive people really were. And I had people that I didn't even know when I was going through my treatments that were reaching out to me. I got a gift card that I was able to get a bite and help me exercise and spend time with my son. And so I just felt really called to be able to share what I had made giving back to the community. So if I can help people to, stay healthier, especially if they're a teacher or they're a student or any one of us who goes out into the community, I really wanted to be able to share that. And so that's how I kind of got started. And it's been a really good learning experience, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
So when you make this product, so you were talking recently on one of our WOW meetings, which impressed me with the size, the enormity of these bushes. What
Yes.
do they look like?
It gets to be really big, and I think that some people don't know that. And then what's cool is the berries themselves, they hang down in these clusters all over the plant. And you can just snip those off and, process those. You can also process the elder flowers as well.
That's interesting. Now, these bushes, the elderberry bush itself, how old are these? Like, are they kind of like I'm picturing something like in a vineyard where you see in a vineyard you have rows and rows of different type of grapes, for instance. Is that kind of sort of what your property looks like with these elderberries?
So on my particular property, I have enough of the elderberry for me personally. However, unfortunately, I don't have enough land yet to be able to have enough plants to do what I do for my business. So when I'm purchasing elderberries, it is from a company that is family owned. The business is owned by the women. Their customer service is amazing. They test every single batch that they pick. I know exactly where it's coming from. I know the purity. I know exactly what it is. And I'm purchasing hundreds of thousands of berries at a time because they're so tiny. It takes so many of them to do what I do. Is it a goal of mine to one day have this amazing, huge property in Carroll County with, hundreds of, elderberry plants? Absolutely. So hopefully one day I'll get there.
I think that's an amazing goal, and it is also, amazing that you survived the breast cancer, and congratulations to you on that. We have my sister-in-law, Debbie, who is also a breast cancer survivor. Not sure if I mentioned that to you. She is also another amazing woman, and when I think of this is almost like a journey, and you started at some point. And when I speak with a lot of women through WOW, one of the things is it seems like it comes from their passion seems to come from an adversity, a challenge, a difficult time in their life, much like it did for me, actually. And I always am amazed at how well those it's almost like another education. Like we
Mhm.
get an education from school, we get an education from life. And the fact that you found value in your community and they're finding value in return, it's a reciprocal type thing that you're experiencing. And the humility I think of being humble, humility, that one goes through when they're down and out, and then it then brings you up. You're like a champion. You've risen from that horrible time in your life to now this amazing time where you have sights and you have goals and a future in mind. So I applaud you for all of that, Tracy. You've done very well.
Thank you.
So the elderberry cabin itself, your logo, I was looking at your website earlier, and it is the elderberrycabin.com.
Mhm.
Interesting that you chose black and white as your logo. I myself chose black and white for WOW. And people can view your website, they can see a little bit about me on WOW, wowwomenus.com. And when I did my website, however, I chose to do fun colors. So it's interesting as I meet ladies to see what is their logo? How did you design that logo? It's a beautiful logo on the
Thank you.
elderberry cabin.
Um, I mean, black and white is my go-to. I think it's a very classic, elegant, look that can be paired with any pop of color that you choose. People do ask me, it's funny that you bring this up. People do ask me, they're like, well, why don't you do purple? The elderberry is this purple, magenta color, and it's beautiful. When you smash it, when you look at it, it's dark. Um,
Right?
But so just because when I'm working with it, when I'm pouring samples for people, black really hides all those spills. So,
That's one way to look at it.
yeah, I mean, and it's so easy to find things in black and white, and then you can just kind of match things up. Um, as far as the logo, I worked with, I always tell everybody it's my little Russian friend, and I'm trying to think of the site that I used. She was a designer. She's this gorgeous blonde woman from Russia that helped me design it, and she's so like, she does everything like this for me. Um, I don't know, I like filigree a lot, and I kind of wanted something a little bit, elegant kinda looking with the way that the script is with the word, and I chose to just do the circle because the berry is around, so
Exactly. And I've heard you say, people that inspired you, people that have been part of your life, people like this designer, women, and that's what WOW's all about, women optimizing women and finding women like yourself who have risen, who have are doing something productive in the community. They are also serious minded about their business, which you obviously are. Um, so if people go to your website, let's talk about that a little bit now that we're there.
sure.
On your website, they can order your products there?
Yeah, my goal is because I'm very data driven. In my past, I helped implement electronic medical record systems into the physician offices in our community. So I'm very data driven. And I feel like my website that I built myself is pretty transparent and there's a lot of data there. So, for example, absolutely, you can order online. I'm offering free shipping for February right now. I also lists all of the locations around Frederick County and Carroll County. I'm up to about 30 different places that sell my elderberry syrup. Those are all listed in addition to which site sells which of my products, all on my website. I love going out and meeting people in the community and building those authentic relationships, getting to know your neighbor. All of the events that I attend are listed on my website as well. In addition to all of the other, businesses like you are listed on, I have a page where it lists all of, the community members that I work with as well.
That is so good. I think it's important to reciprocate business because we can't do this alone. When I first started my website, it was March 1st, 2023. I'm almost approaching that, just a couple of days away from my 3-year anniversary celebration of the WOW website. And you tend to then just build as you're right, as you meet partners. And on the website at WOW, that's what we do is we do our best to showcase a variety of different ways, ladies like yourself. And one of those ways is from our subscription members is to do a interview like this so that we could showcase it on our WOW Women US YouTube channel. And also we have a podcast which is amazing. It's called Optimize Her too. So as you grow, you start to accumulate some more things. You gain knowledge and awareness in the community. If you were to look at Tracey and the Elderberry Cabin, let's say in 1 year, what would that look like?
So in a year from now, I hope to have my product in, I don't know how many different places, but I'd love to grow from a wholesale perspective. I also really want to kind of pull back a little bit and focus on my Berries for Boobies, which is, I'm hoping to turn that into my nonprofit, where currently I volunteer as a breast cancer mentor for Carroll Hospital Center, just because it was such a valuable resource to me when I was going through the process to have someone that I could turn to ask real life questions to. I really kind of want to go back to, that as well and helping to support more of the women in our community that are going through those treatments and those experiences.
That's cool, and I think that is a very worthy goal, is to develop that, nonprofit. I know at WOW, we started a nonprofit March 1st of last year for the members of WOW. If they need some additional help and so forth, they can turn to us, and we have a committee that's dedicated to donating 10% of our membership fees to nonprofits that are affiliated with WOW, and to also from our sponsors, donors, for us to use that money to help the women professionals like yourself. There are times where they might need books, or they might need to take a course, or they may need a computer, and then they can reach out to us, and then we have that committee. Then that makes the decision on distributing to either the nonprofits or to the member requests. I think having a nonprofit is a really important endeavor, that giving back to the community for self and gives you pride for the things that you've accomplished. You've come a long way, Tracy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So have you. I'm excited. I remember, oh my goodness, so many years ago when I first met you. I forget which venue we were at, but it was,
That's probably at the Vineyard. Was it the
I
Vineyard?
think
But
it might have been.
Galloping Goose in Hampstead, they no longer exist
Oh,
in
well,
a different capacity, actually.
yes. Well, it was gorgeous. So, but yes, oh my goodness, I remember meeting you way back
Mhm.
then.
And that's the things that we do, because in business, especially women in business, and I just learned that 40% of women working are making more money than their male counterparts, their spouses.
Mhm.
And I found that really interesting, that we are taking our business seriously, that we are becoming, applications for entrepreneurs are continuing to increase. I don't know how it's affecting the colleges, if women are seeking more in that way, or they're just deciding, hey, I want to be involved in my own business. I want to have control of my business. I want to grow something that I'm deeply passionate about, much like what you're doing, Tracy.
Mhm. Yeah,
I think that's really important, that ladies then get to see that it takes you a while to get from there to here. It's
sure.
not an overnight success. I know when people meet me, one of the things they said, "How would you know?" Well, my story is quite diverse, and it's not from someone who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth by any stretch. It takes time, it takes tenacity, and it takes partners, much like you're finding in the community, that can help you rise and achieve all of those goals that you're setting ahead of you. I so hope that you get that property.
I know. Oh my gosh, it would be amazing. Of course, I would have like a little log cabin there for, people to come in. So, definitely a goal of mine. It might take me a while, but definitely a goal.
So where did the log cabin piece come in?
Yeah. So, because my parents had helped me, kind of establish my business, they actually designed and built, and they still live in the log cabin. So I decided I wanted to kind of pay a little bit of respect and homage to them. So the Elderberry Cabin is how I came up with the name. And it's a gorgeous property that they have. So I get to sit by the fire there sometimes.
That is so amazing. And from generation to generation, you have from your mom helping you
Hmm.
create this juice, this syrup,
Yep.
to then the elderberry cabin, and how it all comes full circle,
Yep.
which looks like it's part of your logo.
Yes, definitely is. Definitely is.
And a circle represents to me just an ongoing flow, and it constantly just moves. It never ends, because if you take a ball, for instance, inside of a loop, and you were able to then move that loop, it would continue to just flow, and then it may grow and expand, and that's what you're doing. And I love the fact that you're looking ahead into the future. So, when people want to find you in the Elderberry Cabin, what do you feel is the best way for them to reach out to you?
I would say probably going to my website, theelderberrycabin.com. There I've got links to send me a message. You can obviously send me an email at the Elderberry Cabin at gmail.com. I have Facebook, Instagram. I do have some people that just will flat out call me, which is great. I had a gentleman the other day. He's like, I'm not here looking for you. So I'm very easy to get a hold of.
Oh, that's so good. I think the fact that you're offering to everyone too for the month of February, this is a 1 month thing here. Take advantage of this so that you can
Yes.
order no shipping costs.
Yes.
That is a great gift. That's a gift of love this month of February, which is, we just celebrated Valentine's last weekend or Galentine's. I know some people didn't even like celebrating at all. It's not a happy time, but the whole month, it should be more about love, in my opinion. And you're
Yes.
giving just that, Tracy. Lots
Yes.
of love.
Yes.
So as we conclude this interview, I thank you so very, very much, Tracey Young from the Elderberry Cabin, for joining us. Looking forward to lots of exciting things and opportunities for the both of us,
Yes.
actually. And I'm the founder, Barbara E. Ringrose of WOW, Women Optimizing Women. That's trademark. Nobody else can use that except us here at WOW. And you can find us on our website, wowwomenus.com. Join us. Take a look at the events. We'd love to see you. Thank you and
Thank
stay
you.
well.